Hey guys, what is up? I just want to say thank you for being here in the room and talking like a couple of hours or more before we even got started. I am really kind of sad because we only have one more episode of the show. I love it so much, and I'm really hoping it doesn't get canceled because there's been that rumor out there. As far as there being 2 extra episodes, I can't find proof of that anywhere besides Reddit, which I don't consider reliable. So I don't know if we're going to have 2 extra episodes. I think we should just go ahead and assume that this is our last episode of this season. But if you guys have found like where the cast has tweeted that or anything like that, then let me know because I cannot find any info on a Halloween episode or another episode past this finale. I just wonder, I know that everyone thinks there's those two, but where are they saying that online besides Reddit? Because Reddit is pretty much just anybody can get on there and make stuff up. So anyway, hi guys. IMDb, I feel like anyone can edit too. I don't know. I mean, if someone from the cast or the official Twitter account for Scream has said that, I believe in it. But right now, I think it's just speculation. So if you have a link to that or something, let me know. Because I just feel like there's a lot of rumors about someone saw it on like Bex's Twitter or whatever, and then I've never seen it. So I don't know. If you guys have an actual link, let me know. But anyway, I feel like there's no way on earth that Karen can't be the killer because they pretty much gave it away in this episode. And if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. But since there's a little bit of a delay, I'll just go ahead and tell you. Basically, what's pretty interesting is when he was going through Eli and Tina's house, he saw like all the evidence that Eli had gotten on Mr. Maddox, and he did not mention that to the girls, which is a red flag. But he was the one, Karen had to be the one texting Mayor Maddox, trying to frame him, asking him to meet out at the James farm. That was Karen texting him. And Karen murdered him. I mean, there's just no other way around that, you know? But I'm hoping, like, if you saw the promo was pretty much going along with what we have been talking about in the live chat, which is really weird. And basically they were saying, that doesn't mean it's going to happen, but hopefully it does. Basically, they were saying there was a second killer season 1 who was Piper's accomplice, and that person is still killing today, and they have a new accomplice. And that's pretty much what we talked about. So I'm going to go to the comments now because there's a ton of them and say hey to a few of you first. Hi, Abigail, Lily, Rachel, Megapoke, Jackson, the BFB, Elias. I know there's a bunch more people here. Bethany, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to read some of your comments now. Yeah, it looks like the season is ending at a church, Rachel, and I'm so excited for this reveal or maybe double reveal because, I mean, honestly, if it's not Karen, then I'm not going to be upset because, like, they've outsmarted me and a lot of us if it's not Karen, you know. As Charlie is saying, or Charles is saying here, Karen wants to make Eli seem super shady. Absolutely, he's framing him. She thinks that Zoe was working with Karen, and now that he killed her off, he's going to get revealed. I believe that. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Hi, Tams. Hi, Nadia and Nixie. So, yeah, that's the question. Is there a second killer? We've had this discussion 20,000 times. Was it Zoe? That was a lot of our theories. Or is it someone else? And I think the other thing that's pretty much confirmed that we pretty much knew is that you're welcome, Jay. I'm glad that you like this show. I think I have good taste when it comes to like these Who's the Killer shows. So I'm glad you like it. Okay, so the other thing is Brandon is alive, most likely, unless it's Troy. But I mean, I'm 99% it's Brandon. He's been living in that house. And I don't think that, hi, Daniel, I don't think that Brandon's killing people or wants to kill people or whatever, you know? So anyway, yeah, so here we are. Honestly, I was hoping, I wish we could have had the finale last night because, you know, we got the to be continued and I'm just like, oh my God, like I need the finale so much. I cannot wait until next week. But on the other hand, I'm very sad because we don't know the future of the show. And regardless, even if it does get renewed, we will have to wait. Yeah, so here's another good point by Eva, that Karen is the one probably putting that stuff behind Eli's bed. I absolutely agree with that. The letters that Audrey wrote to Piper, I think he planted that stuff there, you know. I mean, he's so shady. They never try to make him look shady this season. They definitely did last season, and I'm pretty sure he was doing stuff last season, but they knew they could make him look shady last season too. I mean, they make him look somewhat shady, but you know what I mean? It's not like no one on the show has been like, I think Karen is the killer. They were all saying that like Eli was the killer. Eli is not the killer. There's no way. But there's still the theory out there that Audrey killed some people last season, and maybe that's true, Rachel. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Eli not living next week, Aunt Tina not making it next week. I knew that Mayor Maddox was going down. There's just little clues they gave you, but to me, the biggest thing was when he talked to Brooke, and it was almost like he was saying goodbye to her in their house, and then like the next thing you know, he's murdered. So, and I don't know, like, if Mayor Maddox played, I mean, he was obviously a very twisted person, but, you know, I think all of this has deeper meaning. Like, he wasn't just killed because they needed to kill somebody. Like, there's a reason why he was killed as well. Now, I feel kind of bad for Brooke because basically everyone she's close to or loves or whatever, even though she was fighting with her dad, they all die. So I don't know if that means Stavo is going to die. Hi, Aisel, is it Aisel? Thank you so much. Yeah, the cops are ridiculous. Stavo's dad's ridiculous. And of course, the killer, I knew this was going to happen as this was unfolding. The killer absolutely planned it out perfectly that it looks like Audrey and Emma are the killers. Now, if you saw in the, yes, I was like watching this, Jackson, I was like, oh my God, this cop car that they're in, they never showed the driver. So I was either thinking it was the killer was the driver, or looks like maybe the killer crashes, it like kills the cop or something, so that the cop car crashes. That was in Scream 2. I was like, oh my God, that's gonna happen. So, but of course, I don't think that you know, by the end of next week's episode, no one's gonna think that Emma's the killer, and probably not Audrey. You know, so still a little part of me thinks that Brooke could be involved, just because I don't understand. I don't know if she's going to be someone they reveal down the line, but I don't understand why nothing happens to her. Like, she literally had some really close calls last season, but this season, nothing, you know? So it's kind of weird. Luke likes how the police crash in the promo was similar to the PLL Dollhouse episode. Yeah, I know. I feel like I've seen that played out several times, so I kind of knew it was going to happen. Courtney Cox should play Brooke's mom. It would be so cool. Someone sent me a tweet that Matthew Lillard was supposed to be in this season. But again, there's so much stuff circulating online and so much Photoshop. And, it, you know, I don't know if that fell through or if that was even true. But I think anyone who watched the Scream movies and loved the Scream movies would love it if some of the actors and actresses from the movies would make a cameo. Like, they don't have to be the lead star. Or like be in every episode, but maybe they could be in just like one episode. So I don't know. Okay, the BFB thought Piper was obvious. Piper was kind of obvious, but if we go along that kind of thinking, Karen's kind of obvious too. So it kind of makes sense. I just don't see how Karen isn't the killer. Like, I just don't see how. But I think that their surprise is going to be revealing a second killer, whether that's Zoe, who is dead, or someone else. Hi, Julie. I subscribed to you, by the way. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I got to get a drink. I've had some serious hold on. I got to step away for just a minute. I'm choking. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I have like a cold sort of, so I'm trying to come back. I have had this happen once before on one of these live shows. I just don't want to like sit here and die. I think someone's like poisoning me. I'm so sorry. I'm not like choking on food. I'm just like, I have like sort of a sore throat. So by talking this much, I just start getting like where I'm coughing. I'm so sorry. All right. Mark says they didn't show the killer being unmasked in the promo like they did for 110. I think that means Karen is the killer. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Karen is poisoning my water, and he must die. But, like, I wonder if Karen, or when Karen's revealed, if, like, he's going to be killed or just be arrested, or what do you guys think? Maybe I should go get a cough drop. Anyway, sucks to have a coughing fit during a live show, but this is live, so, you know. Okay, So on the official Twitter, they said the last night's episode was the second to last. I did not see that. Actually, Stephen, I saw that they said that the finale was next week. Are you sure you were looking at it the right thing last night? Hang on. Well, it is kind of obvious, Bethany. I agree. This is a good question, Julia. So sorry. Who would I hate as the killer? I would hate for Emma to be the killer. And I don't think she's the killer, but I would hate that. It's okay. Thank you, Julie. I'm not really like overly sick. I'm just kind of low-key sick. And it's the kind of thing where like if you talk a ton, it's obvious, or like when I sleep. But anyway, who's Brandon James Theory? I don't know. Is that on YouTube? Halloween special? I don't know if that's happening. I think that's kind of a rumor. So yeah, the other thing, hold on, going to get a cough drop. Be right back. It's right over here. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Okay, you're welcome, Julie. Okay. So there's also this rumor going around that we're not like that only 2 or 3 people survive of the original people. I wish you guys could like talk to me so I could stop talking. Yes, all of the people poisoned me. Marlene and A and Kieran. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Emma Megapoke. I mean, absolutely not. But that's who I would hate. I don't think there's any way. So supposedly only 3 people are going to survive. But this is one of those things where I think is another rumor, or somebody put it on Reddit. I don't know. Where did that come from? I don't know. Okay. But that's fine. There's like things that circulate, and sometimes I tweet them out, and then people are like, actually did talk about something on Twitter. And then I think it was the Halloween episode. And someone was like, where did you get that information? I'm like, I don't know. Someone told me. And then when we started looking around, there was no confirmation except for Reddit. And you guys, I mean, for those of you who watch PLL, Reddit said that Ren, this is terrible. We may have to cut this short just because I can't stop coughing. Maybe we could just chat. I don't know. Ow. Okay. I have an idea. For a little bit, I'm going to like type. So hold on. Because I think talking is making it worse. So hold on. So I will answer questions here. So sorry. So we're going to still do this, but I'm typing in the comments. So look at the comments. Yes, Bobby. Just so like I can let this cough drop take effect. I'm so sorry. This is terrible, really. All I want to do is do this chat, and like coughing like this is terrible, Shower Harvey is dead. Thankful. Awful. Okay. That's a good question. Like, who is the accomplice? I'm sorry, this is such a weird way to do this, but if it wasn't Zoe, then who is it? Emma's dad is definitely shady. You hate Noah? Really? That's funny. Julie hates Noah. I'm sorry. This is so bizarre. Thank you for sticking around. There's 66 people watching me cough and die, but at least it'll be like, captured on YouTube forever. Jake did what? I feel better. I'm feeling somewhat better. I want there to be a season 3. Like, I'm going to be so upset if there's not, But I think like the stuff about Netflix is another one of those rumors, you know? Okay. Yeah, okay. Jackson, tweet me your channel. If you guys want me to subscribe to you on YouTube, let me know. I have no idea which ones of you have channels, because I can't even click on your name. Like if I click on your name in here, it does nothing. So I don't even know. So if you have a channel and you want me to watch your stuff, then thank you, Jay. That's so sweet. Tweet it to me, because you can't put links in here. And if you put your Twitter name, I'll never remember it from here because it's just too crazy. So if it's not Zoe, then who is it, you know? You guys are dedicated to stick through this. Like, I don't know. I would probably like leave this crazy person who's coughing. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Meg is asking about Emma and Audrey. Like, honestly, I think down the line, one of them will die because they've set it up in a way where both of them are main characters. That way, it's a little bit different from the Scream movies, because if we lose one of them, we still have one of the main characters. Do you guys agree with me? Hi, Mr. Gamer. Do I think Noah could be the killer? I've definitely thought that like all season. And a lot of people, well, I mean, I kind of stopped thinking it because it doesn't seem likely. But let me tell you guys, I'm feeling better. Thank God. Like, I tweeted out something that was interesting. Somebody kind of pointed out to me like how it was a big fake out last year because Piper was injured, but then she ended up being the killer. Now, that's something that the movies would do a lot. And I didn't understand why Noah was stabbed. And then everyone told me like, oh yeah, he was stabbed because the killer wanted him to die a slow death, you know, and really think about it. But then I started thinking, and I tweeted it, like I said, a lot of people told me I was crazy. But anyway, like, is that true? Or if you are the killer, if you were working with one of the killers, if you were a team or whatever, what is the best way to make yourself look innocent? And that is to be injured in a pretty epic way. I mean, I'm only like 15% thinking he's still the killer, but that's a ploy that movies have used before, and that's even something we've seen last season, you know? The only couple things I'm sure of is that Eli is not our killer. Nope. And that Karen is. But they tweeted last night, MTV Scream, that we're going to have a crazy finale. Of course, they're going to try to hype up a finale because it's their show. But I just think that we're going to get some kind of special shock reveal. I think there's a really good chance that we could see Brandon, and I think Brandon is a character we haven't met, or Troy, or whoever this person is living on the farm, which I think it's Brandon. We may see him, we may not see. I mean, he's a disfigured person, obviously his face. So I don't know if we're going to see him like his actual face. We might see him with the mask or like a hat or something. I don't know, a hood. Okay, thank you, Jackson. Is there any way you could tweet me like a link to it? That would be so much easier. Scream will replace Teen Wolf. Okay. So if Karen set Mrs. Lang off in the hospital, how do you know it was? How did she know? Well, I mean, something's not right with Miss Lang. She is very obsessed with Emma and wants to frame her. There's also the other end of that story is why. Okay, I don't believe that she didn't know Piper. She said, oh yeah, we knew each other, but we weren't friends. No, did you see the photo? Like, there was like 10 people in that photo, and you're trying to tell me they didn't know each other, kind of? Lang survived for a reason. So there's something up with her, and I think it's not good. Ralph says Stavo's drawing to Noah was for inspiration, not to quit. Stavo needs Noah's leads and clues to help solve the killings. But there's one more thing I want to say about that. I have never really considered Stavo a bad guy, but think about this really quick, and it may just be, you know, coincidental. Noah was done with, he didn't want to do this kind of stuff anymore. And I think that it was Stavo that encouraged him to do that podcast. And by him doing that podcast, and here comes UPS, so it's going to be loud with my dog. With him doing that podcast, this has been the craziest episode ever. With him doing that podcast, him uploading that, Killer was able to get that video out to everyone. You know what I mean? So as much as I don't really think that Stavo is one of the killers, isn't that kind of weird to you that Noah didn't want to do the podcast anymore, but Sabo convinced him to do it, therefore, during that upload, allowed that virus to get through and allowed that video to go out. What do you guys think about that? I'm so sorry, but this happens when UPS comes, between coughing and dogs barking. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is kind of a clue. So Ralph thinks that Miss Lang was basically blackmailed or threatened into saying Emma was obsessed, but honestly, I don't know. Something about her I'm not down with. Like, I think she's trouble. I think either she was working with the killers, working with Piper, and something messed up, or she tried to back out and they basically almost killed her as a warning, or what. But I mean, what do you think though? What do you think about, I probably missed some of your comments, but what do you think about the fact that if Stavo hadn't encouraged Noah, and they're not even friends, and he showed up at the hospital. Now, this is weird. Noah was so surprised to see him. And if he hadn't been there and told him to keep doing this and not to give up, then it would have been impossible to get that video leaked out because there was like a virus embedded. You know what I mean? Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we won't ever have a live stream like this again. I was a little sad to see Mayor Maddox die, Daniela. I mean, okay, yeah, he's not like a super important character, but at least his death was brutal. I mean, there's the one criticism I would give for this season is the lack of important deaths. I mean, don't hate me because this is a horror show, and as much as I do like some of the characters, and maybe we're going to get this in the finale, but I think that Jake was like the only significant kill in my opinion, because Zoe is a new. Okay, so Karen suggested he not quit, but I mean, I feel like he still was gonna quit, Ralph, but I mean, Stavo like really inspired him, and that was the reason that happened. But I don't know, might just be something to throw us off. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Why was Eli at Will's funeral? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know what is going on. But you also heard Aunt Tina say that they had a bunch of secrets, right? Their family. So, like I've kind of said all along, this is not just a psychopath. That's what I really love about Scream and some shows like that, where I never like horror movies where it's like someone obsessed with killing. They have no purpose or reason. They're just mass killing people they've never met, you know? So there's a reason why Eli's involved in all this, why Eli. No, this is not the PLL. This is Scream. PLL's at 6. Why Eli was at that funeral, I don't know. But I wish we'd had more significant deaths this season, and I'm hoping we're getting those next week. I can only hope. As much as I like some of these people, like Brooke and Audrey, somebody big needs to go. I mean, the Jake thing was huge. But that's like all we've had. I've been a little bit disappointed because it's like we had the motel dude who I don't care about at all. And Haley, I don't care about at all. You know, I don't like too many useless deaths. Brittany says, I think Eli came to Lakewood before because he heard about the killings and wanted to make sure it wasn't Karen. Okay. It wasn't back then, but it is now. And I think Eli has it figured out. Or Karen was killing people last season as well. I don't want Audrey to die either. I mean, they're down to so few people. Like, I'm okay if Eli dies because I don't care much about him. Is Eli Brandon's son? That's something else that's been kind of discussed. I don't know. I mean, I think whoever said, it just flashed by, whoever said they thought they need an emotional death, I agree. And like, I think they think Zoe was, but I don't, you know, half the time we all thought she was the killer. She might be. I don't think people are sad that Zoe died besides Noah, you know? So I really think they need to kill someone mega, a big character next week. I'm not talking about Eli or Stavo because they're new people. Even the sheriff, I don't really care, you know? So Eddie's the best character. I thought you were serious. I was like, I barely know that kid. He's the worst kill of all. Like, I think they've been a little bit, what's the word for this? They've just kind of held back or something. So I'm hoping they have because they're going to do something big next week. And I'm hoping for multiple deaths. that sounds terrible, but this is like a true horror fan talking. Like, I want multiple deaths, and I want at least one person who is really important to the show to die. Okay, I could count Matt. I mean, this is who I would say would be like a big character to die that would make me feel happy with the results. And it's not because I want these people to die, but so Emma, Audrey, Kieran. We can throw Emma's mom in there because she's kind of a main character. Who else do we have? Is that it? Brooke. I think that's it. So those are 5 people. Outside of that, I mean, I don't really care. Maggie's still like whatever. I could see. I mean, that's not as big, but she is a pretty big, character on the show. She's in a lot of the episodes, but if all we get is like the sheriff or Stavo or Eli or all 3, like it's just not, to me, that's not enough. So I think the finale is just a regular episode, like an hour, but not really an hour. People think it's Noah who's the killer. Like, I would love that, but I just don't see there's any way that Kieran is not involved. And if there is, like, that is awesome to me. Like, I'm going to be so happy unless it makes no sense, But if Emma's mom dies, we'll have 2 emotionally destroyed characters, Brooke, Emma, and Noah. Yeah. I want Noah to be the killer. That's awesome. You can't get like overly in love with any of these characters in a horror show or a movie. And I think that they should go against the traditional Scream movies and they should have Emma or Audrey die. Not because I don't like them, but because do something shocking. Now, I like a show that shocks me, So Ralph says the girl that Eli has a restraining order against might be the girl Eli was trying to protect from Kieran and it got turned around. That's very true because you see what's going on with, what's his face, Kieran. I mean, I think he's definitely trying to frame Eli so he could make anything look like it was Eli. I mean, he turned so quickly on Eli and that's part of his family. So it's like he has no loyalty and plus he's doing it because he's the killer and wants to make someone else look guilty. But what we also need to figure out, and maybe they'll explain it to us, but with Kieran being the killer, what is his motive? We haven't really thought about that, or maybe you have. But why is he the killer? What's he doing? It's not just because, like we've said, I don't think his motive is because his dad was killed. I think there's something else. So we'll see. Yeah, I think Eli's probably going to die. Does anyone care? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But I think that if we do get a 3rd season with Kieran being our killer, I'm probably going to die or something like that. I just can't imagine how just messed up Emma is going to be after the Will situation, after I find out about Piper, after being attacked, after her mom being attacked. Yes, I'll do live chats and videos for Scream Queens too. Absolutely. I mean, she doesn't know her boyfriend's a killer. She thinks he's one of the few people she can trust, People said that was Stavo's phone in the barn. I really feel like there's no way it could. I mean, I don't know whose phone it was unless he's framing him, but like there was 2 people who knew about framing Maddox, and that was Eli and Kieran didn't tell anyone on purpose because he knew he was going to use that to his advantage. So he texted Maddox to meet him out there. And he knew the girls were going out there. So it was a great plan because he knew he was going to frame Eli and frame the girls. Like, it's completely perfect, Anyway, so Ralph says, notice Noah references mom a lot this episode, no longer saying parents. Which is weird because I know Ralph pointed out there was an episode where he referenced parents, but I still am hoping that he's like Troy James's kid or Brandon's kid or something. I don't know. But we still have Kevin, as Antoine pointed out. Kevin, who is not Maggie, but Emma's dad, is very, very shady. And a plane crash, really? Anyway, and I think that he could have been the killer from 94. I don't know. How do I think the killer stopped the cop car? I think maybe they shot the police officer and killed him, honestly. Either that or they hit the cop car with their car and maybe knocked him out. Pixel Prince thinks that Kevin did the 94 killings. Yeah, we still have the possibility, as Rachel's talking about, of Troy having a son in this mix who's honestly Karen would make a lot of sense, or Eli. Ralph thinks that Kieran's motive is probably psychotic tendencies, insurance money, and obsession with Emma. But does he have a connection to the James family? Because all of this goes back to that. And if he doesn't, I feel like that's weird because everything is connected to the past, really. So Harry says MTV's Twitter posted a pic of characters like Emma's dad, Noah. Brooke saw the excited, but there was no Maggie. So is that their way of us not trying to guess her? Well, like, it would be so disturbing and crazy if they try to say that Maggie has been the killer this season. Like, I don't know. Like, she must have a psychotic problem, if so, because I mean, I understand, killing people in the past maybe because they bullied Brandon, but like, why would she kill Jake? I have no idea. Like, that doesn't make sense, Yeah. So apparently Maggie was on the poll, so that's good. I mean, I don't know. Not like I love her, but All right. Yeah. So Kieran could be Brandon's son, absolutely. And Audrey and Emma was so stupid because they touched Mayor Maddox, got blood all over their hands, and they both picked up murder weapons. I mean, it was just ridiculous, Yeah, I agree with Antoine. The accomplice has the James connection. So we just don't know. I mean, I really think if Kieran was the killer last season and this season, I'm going to be disappointed if he doesn't have a James connection, because it's like, you're that dedicated and you're just doing it for what? Because you're crazy? I think it's deeper than that, But I don't think Maggie is the current killer. I don't. Yeah, a live reaction to the episode. Jay is asking. Yeah. The only issue with that is that I'm on Eastern time, so I don't know how many. You know what I could do? I never thought about this. I tried doing this before on whatever you call it, Periscope. But it's kind of hard to do because, like, it's kind of like you're on FaceTime and you have to, like, hold your phone or whatever the entire time and, like, make sure your face isn't. Anyway, but what I could do is just sit here. If you guys would want me to, I could just do a live show. The only problem is, like, you guys would have to watch it later, those of you who don't live in my time zone. I could do that if you guys want me to do it. And just get on here and be, like, right where we are right now. And just, I wouldn't really be, I would kind of be talking to you guys. Do you want me to do that? I could do that for next week. I think that would be fun. Thank you, Jackson. But I think that would be cool, right? Let me know. I mean, if a few of you would show up, I know everyone's not on this Eastern time zone, but I'm on the Eastern time zone. So it would be 10 o'clock Eastern time. And then you guys could go back and watch it later. So I'll do that. Hopefully I'm not dying of the whatever, Zika. No, I'm just joking. That's not funny. But I mean, hopefully I'm not dying of this cough and we don't have any, like, delivery people here, which we wouldn't because it's 10 o'clock at night. Okay, so let's plan on doing that at 10 o'clock. And again, if you're not on this time, obviously you don't want to try to watch because you'll get majorly spoiled. So I think that'd be really fun. We could do that for PLL finale too. I never really thought about it. I mean, I tried to do Periscope and a lot of people aren't on there. I never go on there anymore, but I did that once and it was okay, but there was a lot of, like, trolly people on there. You know what I mean? They just love to, like, click on Periscope and they were asking me, like, what is this show about? Like, when we were in an important finale. So anyway, yeah, so just make sure, obviously, everyone's smart enough to know you don't come to the live thing on that day because you get so spoiled if it's not on where you are. So we will do it at 10 o'clock next Tuesday, okay? And I'll chat with you some, but mostly it'll just be reaction. So I won't, like, be talking constantly. I might be typing because, yeah, I could do Snapchat. I just want to get as many people as I can involved. I know everyone doesn't have Snapchat. But Snapchat, like, the videos are so short, it's kind of useless. So we'll do that. We'll do a live show. And again, you can watch it after if you're not on my time. I think that'd be so fun. And I'll just be on the whole time while the show is on. So, and, like, during the commercials, we can chat. You know what I mean? Like, I'll chat to you. Haley, I think it's Haley, says Miss Lang definitely knew Piper a little better. Absolutely. I don't believe her. Something's not right with her. I don't trust her. So we're going to have to wrap this up, like, in a couple of minutes because I have another show, which is PLL. I'm feeling much better, so hopefully I will not be dying. I should have had a cough drop before this show if I was thinking, but I felt fine, so that's how it goes. Brazilians speak Portuguese, but as their native language, correct? but many people speak English or, you know, bilingual. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, PLL was good. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys or all of you guys or most of you guys in the PLL chat at 6. Just come here and click on that link. But we can continue this discussion when this video shows up on my channel, like in 5 minutes. Also, I'll have my more in-depth video on tomorrow. I apologize for all the craziness that happened during this video or in this chat. I'm really sorry. If I could have avoided it, I would have. So thank you guys so much for being here. It was so much fun. And I will tweet more. I'm Kelly_TV. I will tweet you more about the party next week, the party on here. So you can do a live show here on YouTube. Yeah, I'll just be live just like this during the 10 o'clock episode Eastern time. Okay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sorry, I know I missed some of your comments and it's not because I'm trying to, it's just we got to go, but tweet me, comment on this video, whatever. I will respond. Okay. Bye guys. I'll see you soon in PLL. Okay. Bye-bye.